welcome back to Over the Marvel, recapping the second episode of the Loki show. I am your host of this adventure, I guess, Sarah. If you're new here, we are recapping Loki, obviously, but we're not really recapping it. We're just going to talk about all the things that I liked about it or didn't like, because that's how I like to host shows. So if you're looking for a point-by-point recap show, this is not it. But if you just want to hear us complain and argue with each other and yell, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Sarah, I would never argue with anybody, okay?
Don't lie. Let's start with Sean, the one who's arguing with me right now. Welcome, Sean. How are you? How are you doing?
I was good. I am good.
I was good.
Wow.
I've had a very busy day. And
in the previous timeline, Sean was good, but in this one, he ain't.
No, not anymore. I was busy tweeting while you were doing the intro. I was like, shit, I gotta fucking tweet. God damn it. But I'm good. Hey, show's good, guys. Show's good.
It's okay.
Okay, I didn't ask, but okay, moving on. Jay. How are you doing, Jay?
Hey, Miss Sarah Blue, I'm doing well. Yeah, I love the episode, and that's really all I have to say. My day was fine.
All right, Wade, see ya.
Fun at work. Cat Stevens' song was on, "Cats in the Cradle," and I was getting down really hardcore, and I knocked a bunch of stuff off my table. So I immediately spun around, and I looked up at the camera, and I gave a thumbs up and a smile. And I looked at the other camera, and I'm like, it's all good. We're all good. And I do that shit all the time, dude. Throughout the day, the camera and be like, just wave or give them a look or something.
How's it going?
Does anyone ever do the Office thing, just in real life, where you just look at the camera and react to things? Because I do that all the time.
What camera?
Security.
The camera in my mind. I'll just be like,
yeah. There it is. Sometimes you just look off and just like,
yeah. Are you kidding me?
I think it's like Tom Haverford from Parks and Rec. That's
sometimes I do it on this show.
I look at the camera.
Sometimes Wade will say something and I'll just go.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Dean, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just wondering if we've got the time variant version of Jay who's shaped his beard and he's got some lines going on.
Yeah.
I'm really appreciating that.
Why are you 170 years old, Wade? What was that? He's like,
what did I do? I'm just trying to be nice.
You know, my lawn, you stupid squirrel.
Oh my gosh. So I am going to start off.
Do it. Good idea.
I've lost all control. I'm going to start off the show by saying I absolutely love this episode. I think it's one of the best episodes that any of the Marvel series has done so far. It felt like...
so I can spit my drink out.
I just thought this episode was incredible. Want to get that out of the way. I know Dean feels very negative about my statement. I'm going to go to someone who I think shares my opinion, either Jay or Sean. Jay, you go first. What do you think of this episode?
Pandora.
I loved it. I love the buddy cop vibe that we're getting with Owen Wilson and Loki. I also like the opening scene. I can't remember the name of the song, but that was really cool. The song and how that
hero.
Yeah.
That one.
Heard that song twice this week.
So
I'm holding up for you.
People know that there are other songs from the 80s except Holding Out for a Hero, right?
What? No. That's all I need.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Was that not my time to speak? Did the host not ask?
Carry on, Jay.
I've seen Holding Out
Sean,
for a Hero.
I will mute you.
Fucking do it.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm very sorry, Sean. No, I really dig it, and I think, like I told you guys last time, you were saying that you weren't really maybe feeling Owen Wilson in this. Did any of you happen to watch Behind Enemy Lines?
Oh no!
I'm telling you,
hey,
just watch that. Then
I don't think I said that.
No, wait. I said I was surprised by the casting. I love him in this.
Yeah, I love him
in this. He's the best thing in this.
Okay, maybe that's what it. Because that's what it was. Because I was like, I wasn't surprised because anyway. No, I just really like this, and I like Loki's fucking hilarious, man. And yeah, I like the what is it, Lady Loki?
Lady Loki.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
so.
calling her
Just
right
kidding.
now.
Sarah,
Loki? I
Don't
know.
care.
get out of here.
I think it is. I know what you're talking about, Dean. We'll talk about that later.
But yeah, that
Oh,
was pretty cool. Is there a Lady Loki in the comic
Yeah.
book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is there anything so far, like in the TV shows, that has not been in the comic books that they've added?
Oh yeah, they add shit all the time. They're doing something weird right now with Lady Loki. I think they're doing something weird
It's
with
a
Lady
different
Loki.
version than what you would
Yeah.
expect in the comics. In the comics, it's like Loki kind of just like reincarnates himself every
Well,
as a
now and
woman
then, it seems.
with a
In this,
wig.
it's
in the
more
show,
like multiversal, so it's a little bit different. And
yeah, in
I'm
the
gonna have,
show
like, a
there was
pointer.
there was a piece of paper they showed at one point that had like the, thank you, wait, no, thank you, that had the it was like his rap sheet or whatever, and it had all his information on it, and it said he's gender fluid on it. So I presume
Yeah.
he can just change the way he looks with his magic.
Yes.
yeah, I
Well,
want to talk about his powers and what.
can we go
what
back
we-
to the original question that was,
No.
Sean, what did you think about this episode before we dive into everything? People,
I
gosh.
really liked this episode. I liked it. I liked it more than anything that they gave me in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know
Preach.
if I like it more than WandaVision. I'm not totally on board with your statement, Sarah, but
That's fair.
it's above Falcon and Winter Soldier. But WandaVision was something special. But anyways, I really loved it. I got like True Detective vibes from it, like really heavy True Detective vibes from it, and I'm loving that. Like Wade said, Loki's very funny. I think Owen Wilson, like we all said, is stealing this show. He's the best part of it. I got theories upon theories upon theories upon theories, and most of them are grounded in reality, so it's okay.
Yes. Be careful with your theories. And someone who I think is going to disagree with everything we've said, Dean.
No, not everything. Not everything. Don't make this a race thing, okay? It's not because I'm English that I just happen to have the one opinion that you can all.
I was like,
disagree
where is he
with.
taking that?
I knew when he was
Okay, here's the thing, I keep hearing this buddy cop thing, like this buddy cop vibe, and that's clearly what they're going for in some aspects. But the thing is with the buddy cop vibe is that you have a clear-cut role for your two cops or your buddies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got your serious, hardened veteran, and you've got your young, funny dude, generally. And I love Tom Hiddleston, I love Owen Wilson, but they can't decide who wants to be who. Like, it's just like this is like it's just like they're just trying to one up each other, and I feel like I'm more watching the actors trying to one up each other than I am just watching the character, and I feel like the characters kind of get inconsistent as a result. And I don't know, this whole show is like inconsistent so far. It's like, do they on one hand they're trying to be like this gloomy, like retrospective, like, almost philosophical, like Umbrella Academy-esque vibe show, and on the other hand they're trying to be Rick and Morty, and
I love it.
I don't know. And you could say, oh, well, they're traveling around different multiverse, different time periods, so they're allowed to be inconsistent. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I think WandaVision pisses you all over this show, to be honest, because it knew exactly what it wanted to be, and it went 100% in that one direction. And this is just still finding it maybe way.
But it's only the second episode.
Well, yeah,
Sean, your point, Sean.
It is finding its way.
To order, you know what, Dean? I agree with most of what you just said. I do think the show has a tonal problem. I think the humor doesn't balance with the seriousness as well as they balanced it in WandaVision, because WandaVision was a masterclass on how to jump from super serious to super funny with like the snap of your finger, and I don't think this show quite does that. What I will push back against is, Dean, it sounded like one of your complaints was that these are multi-dimensional characters and not just 2D archetypes.
Whoa.
No. No, I get that. Like, you know, not everyone is just like a serious, gruff person, and not everyone is just like a funny person. And some people are going to be serious, and vice versa. I get that, but I don't know. You know, that's real life, and people want their entertainment to be like real life. But sometimes it needs to be a little bit more clear cut than that, because it's dramatic for dramatic purposes, right? And I just feel like in the last episode we had Loki go through like radical, drastical character changes.
They really fucking
throughout the one episode.
through that.
And it's not just that they're not multifaceted. It's just, I don't know. It feels more inconsistent than multifaceted to me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that answers one of my questions. Was how did we feel about the humor in this episode compared to how we felt about it in the last episode? If it was as jarring, or if it kind of worked a little bit better.
I mean, we're dealing with heavy shit, really heavy shit. And for Universe, they said we're not really going to touch on time travel, and now they're doing it. You would feel like they would want to tread a line more carefully than what they are, and they're being very flippant, I feel, with it, because they're trying to kind of manufacture this like irreverent kind of tone. I don't know.
You feel like they're being flippant with what?
Well, just like the stakes, really, of like this, you know, these the TVA guys and girls are dealing with the timeline. Like, they literally say if anything goes wrong, every reality falls apart, and yet they're just like, oh well, you know, Loki doesn't really know everything, he doesn't really understand everything, but yeah, sure, we're just gonna like throw all our eggs into this basket. Owen Wilson doesn't trust Loki. The person that is above Owen Wilson doesn't 100% trust Owen Wilson, and that is not the working environment you want when you are at the TVA, which is serious. That's what
I think the TVA is bullshit. I think that they're. I'm not even a joke. I think the whole. We can't have offshoots. We have to perfect the.
I think that's the whole.
I think they're fucking. They are. I do not think the TVA are the good guys.
No,
I think that they are power hungry, like, and
yeah, I think like definitely manipulating things.
The books. Yeah, no, I think they're full of shit. I
hope so, because that would work better for me than if like they're just saying, oh well, we can't mess with it in this way, but we can kind of be like, you know, loosey goosey in other ways. And I hope that there is some dissent or something amongst the ranks of the timekeepers and the TVA, because they're not all on the same page, and they should be, and they're not. So that's got to be a plot point, and I trust Marvel that it will be, but so far, you know, that's just kind of the feeling that I'm left with.
Well, as
I'm
we
reviewing
know,
episode 2, guys, not episode 3, 4, 5, and 6. So give me a break.
Yeah, no, he didn't write this one like he wrote WandaVision. We all know Kang is the timekeepers. That's, you know, we all know that's gonna definitely not gonna be let down if that doesn't happen. You know, because this isn't like Mephisto, guys. I know this. Okay, I know this. It's
Kang isn't like the other guys. He isn't like Mephisto.
Kang isn't like the other guys. That's true.
Kang is truthful to me. He means what he says. He hasn't said anything, but he means it.
Sarah, get the show back on the track.
Okay,
please.
So speaking about Kang and that being a sure thing, how did we feel about it being female Loki, maybe? And did you think that reveal was going to be so early on in the series?
I want to see.
It's obvious.
I want to see a movie, a film rather. I would like to see a film starring Loki and Lady Loki. Only available on...
Y'all don't answer my question.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it.
Only available on Pornhub. Yes.
Oh, man.
I mean, she is fairly attractive.
She's pretty attractive. I've had this conversation before, okay? So if you meet an alternate reality version or a clone of yourself, is it technically incest?
I'm having my office moment.
So can we talk about how it seems like they're combining Enchantress and Lady Loki into one character?
I never
Can we
thought of
answer
that.
the question that I set? Were we surprised? Did
She's
we like
awesome.
it? Did we
I'm
not
in
like
love
it?
with her. What else do
Okay,
you want?
thank you.
She's
Come
the
on.
love of my life.
I like
What else
it.
do you want?
Great.
They
Thank you.
they botched it because like the whole episode
Ooh.
they're like, oh, we've got to
Botched it.
catch him. Where is he?
Oh, it was so obvious. It's not a
Obvious, and
man.
they were
Oh,
setting
yeah.
it up that it was a woman. Not to mention the fact that he
Looks like,
was
yeah.
cloaked as well. Like it was just. I mean, maybe I should because I'm a comic book guy,
Yeah,
so I don't know. But I still think even if you wasn't, it was like they was just emphasizing.
You think the common
you've got-
watcher would be like, it's gonna be a woman? Like they would
No, I don't think so at
realize?
all.
I
Yeah.
think
No,
the
I
common
don't
watcher
think
has
they
no
would've.
fucking clue what's going on, to be quite honest, because I'm finding the logic of the TVA hard to follow, and
What
no
are you
arrogance.
doing?
I feel like I get this shit. This is my
I was
jam.
confused with the different levels and the explanation. I mean, I know they were trying to do that scene with the salt and the pepper to kind of like make it funny and also make you understand it, but I was still just very confused.
I like that scene. That was one of the better scenes as far as like the comedy goes.
Yeah, I think it felt very natural.
Yeah.
Sean.
Because Owen Wilson really
No, I was-
looked like
I was
he
saying
wanted
hi to
eat
Wade.
that salad.
Oh.
Why?
I was waving.
Why? What did I do?
I was just waving at you, dude.
Oh, right on. Hey, yo, what's up, Sean?
What's up, Wade?
What's up,
Oh
man?
my goodness.
What did you think of
Yeah.
Lady Loki?
How you doing, my man? Yes, young blood in the house.
What'd you think of Lady Loki?
I already told you guys what I. I'm
He's thinking
serious.
of Lady Loki right now.
He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know.
Hey, okay. I don't even know what to talk about. Let's talk about the Pompeii scene. Sure.
I was fucking losing my shit. I was so as soon as they were like, we gotta go somewhere where devastation is assured or whatever. I was like, yeah, they're gonna go to Pompeii. But
Does
when he's
anyone
like,
watch Doctor Who? Does anyone watch
I
Doctor Who?
watched Doctor Who. Yeah,
I
yeah.
figured you would. So I'm not massive.
I mean, he said, I figured you would.
No, I'm sure it's come up maybe once. I'm not being like pigeonholey, but I'm not massive on Doctor Who, but one episode that I do remember watching is in the David Tennant. It's in series 4, and they do a
Says he
Pompeii
doesn't watch
episode.
much Doctor Who, and he goes, season 4, episode 37.
All right, they never did 37 episodes.
Titled,
You liar. Okay.
Starring David Tennant, directed by.
Pompeii Day.
I've done it once. I know it's season 4. They do a Pompeii episode, and the Pompeii scene in this is basically the same, like shot for shot, almost like it's the
Except
same
like 10
angle
times worse. So
of, like,
not
the
as good.
volcano in the background, and that.
You didn't
one
think this was as
street-
good as that?
Well, no, they do a whole episode of Pompeii in Doctor Who.
Oh.
It's not a fair comparison.
It's not a
But it
fair
also
comparison.
has
It
Very
was
good.
very reminiscent.
Marvel anyway.
It has an amazing line in that episode where the Doctor is like, "We're in Pompeii," and he turns to the camera and goes, "And it's Volcano Day."
Yeah.
It's Pompeii and it's Volcano Day. Get it, guys? It rhymes.
My favorite rap.
David Tennant was dropping bars on the set of.
Oh, I'm really
Doctor
sure he was. I want to say, okay, we're off the rails. Let me just get into it. Tom Hiddleston looks so much hotter in this episode than he did in the last episode. I don't know if it was the hair. I don't know if it was because he was in this new outfit. His hair didn't look as greasy and it was nice and washed. But, man, thank you. Just wanted
The
to...
tie. I think it's the thin tie.
Note for all you guys out there who may have a crush on Sarah. She really digs windbreakers. Oh
Yeah.
Also
And it doesn't
married.
matter if you wash your hair.
Also married with no ring on my finger.
Oh.
I like Tom Hiddleston though. If you happen to watch this, like
Lady Loki, if you happen to watch this.
Lady
Owen
Loki.
Wilson, if you
Oh,
happen to
Wilson
watch
too.
this.
I mean, come- hey, buddy. Let's talk about that Owen Wilson scene with the chick in the office with the pen. What was the pen?
It was just it was a pen.
It had a name on it, and they showed us it for too long for it to just be a pen.
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
I was trying to read what was on
it
there.
It was Franklin Roosevelt High School, which I was like, is that the school that Peter Parker goes to?
No. He goes to Midtown Science or something
Midtown
like that.
High or whatever it is, yeah.
Okay. I saw John Campion tweeted something about the rings, like the thing that they talked about, the rings on the table, and that they lasted too long in the pen and the snow globe. His theory is that there are multiple Owen Wilson characters and that he just doesn't realize that there's more. Ooh. And that they're all, because she says like, oh, I have other people that aren't just you. So maybe there's multiple of him, and that's why he doesn't remember. That was his theory.
What I was saying, right? Because like they're saying like she doesn't fully trust Owen Wilson, he doesn't fully trust Loki, but they're dealing with like the utmost crucial, important shit. Like you can't be having these cracks in this system. So if what you're saying,
I think that's the point.
Theory, that would make sense because then there's like a smoke and mirrors within the system going on. That's not just like Loki not knowing everything, but if Owen Wilson doesn't know everything, I'm just going to look at Owen Wilson. I don't even care.
I don't even know what his character's name is, to be honest. But I think that's what the point of the scene with Loki, where he's saying like, you're just putting your faith in these people, these lizards, and you're just, for what? Like at the end of this, like everything just ends, and you didn't get to really live your life, and you didn't get to do this stuff. And I think that's the point. I think we're supposed to, as the show goes on, to kind of realize like they are just kind of following blindly. It really kind of hit the religious thing. I don't know if anyone else picked up on that. I was like, wow, okay.
We're just about with who's the character in the first episode with the stones and the is he Glenn Casey? Or Casey? That's the guy, and he's like he's born there. He doesn't know what like, or is it like birds are or something?
Fish.
It's like fish. He doesn't know what fish are.
Oh,
he's born there. He's raised there, and it like if you're being born, raised, and dying outside of the time-space continuum, then what is like the purpose of that, and how does that really function as a society of people in the TVA? You know, so there's a lot to kind of think about there.
Yes, Sean.
No,
I'm gonna do that while Jay says this next
I feel like a teacher. Yes, Jay.
I was just looking up the whole Franklin Roosevelt High School Marvel thing, which was the first thing that came up in Google searches. So a lot of people have been looking into it. There's an article. There's no clear connection to anything. But if you do just a Google search of Franklin Roosevelt High School, there's the most famous one is in Brooklyn, New York. And this article here says, which Marvel Studios is clearly aware of. I don't know that they know they're clearly aware of, but and that's when things start to get interesting. There is a Marvel comic book character that hails from Brooklyn, New York, and of whom
Are they gonna fucking do it?
His high school history that fits right into the entire Loki, blah blah blah.
And it is
Molecule Man.
Oh.
Molecule Man.
Molecule.
Fuck.
I don't see how Molecule Man fits into this, but I love Molecule Man.
Sean, who are you thinking?
Dean, they're on the wrong track. All right, Dean, you and we know this. They're going down. They're focusing too much on the Franklin Roosevelt High School thing. What they got to focus on.
Are you talking about me?
Right? Everybody's focusing. They got to focus.
Tell me what I got to focus on.
They got to focus that Franklin Roosevelt High School is in New York.
Yes.
They got to focus on the name Franklin.
Yes.
Because who's in New York with the first name Franklin, Dean?
Well, Franklin Richards.
Franklin Richards, son of Reed Richards, will be in this show. As we know, Reed Richards was set to appear in WandaVision before Disney silenced him because the fans figured it out too early.
Is that true?
No.
Oh. I was like, I didn't read that article.
I'm lying. I'm making a joke about, how expecting Franklin Richards to show up would be like expecting Mephisto to show up. I do have a theory about Mobius, though.
Oh, yes, please.
A real theory.
Just the name Mobius implies that there could be like infinite versions, right? So, but go on.
And one of those versions could be Franklin Richards. So
I'm out.
So,
okay, your theory. Go.
My theory about Mobius, I think he worked with Lady Loki. I think Lady Loki worked for the TVA, and she was his partner, and that's why he knows so much about Loki, and that's why he knows so well how to work with Loki, and that's why it's so personal for him, because she betrayed him, and that's why she knows how to fuck with shit so heavily.
Okay, so now I want to see Loki, Lady Loki, and Morbius in Jay's movie all together. All 3
I've got it. Mixing these things together, right? So if you're saying that there's more versions of Mobius and he doesn't know, and they don't trust Mobius, what if one of the other versions of Mobius tried to work with Lady Loki and it didn't work, and that's why she's now rogue.
They got a new one.
Why they don't trust Mobius to now try to bring on another Loki because that's just what the version of him would do because he's already done it.
So what if he's a life model decoy? And what if he's an LMD and they just keep resetting him every time?
I thought mine was really good. I thought that was really good.
No, that was really good.
Even better.
Richard all along.
I'm like,
and then the life model decoy opens up and Franklin Richards is operating him from within.
Can we acknowledge something? I would just like to take a moment and acknowledge that I have been really, really mellow and calm. I'm not the one who's taking. I barely said any. I just want it to be known that
I'm not looking off behind you.
I know, because I want to readjust the jersey. I want to move it over a little bit more.
What do you think about our theories, Wade?
I like what Dean just said a lot. Like, I want that.
Yeah.
But he hated what you said about.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, it's just totally personal.
Doesn't make any sense.
So can I ask that one scene with the one-time person when she just kept mumbling things and Owen Wilson's like,
it was
what?
real. It was real. It was real.
Yeah. What was she saying? What does that have to do? I'm very confused. Does anyone else understand? What's happening?
We don't know yet. She was saying it was real. It was real. It was real. This show, I'd say it's more True Detective than buddy cop.
I've never seen True Detective.
You should watch True Detective.
It's giving it too much credit, I think.
No, it's not as good as True Detective. But
it is giving me very like Law and Order.
It's trying to be a True
Detective kind of show.
And there's definitely going to be questions, I think, raised, because that's how True Detective works, is you have a lot of questions until the very end, and then it's like, here's everything in one.
Well, sure, just explain how mysteries work, everyone, in case you wasn't sure.
Yeah. In case anybody doesn't know this.
I love a good mystery.
Well,
but I want to know everything right now.
Well, you got 4 weeks.
I can do 4 weeks.
I do not have a watch on, by the way. I mimed. I do this a lot.
You
tend to check my watch a lot. I do not wear a watch.
You don't wear a watch at all? Well, even at work?
No, but I always look as if I'm, like, checking it.
Did we like the ending with...
I fucking loved the ending! It was crazy!
Do you think...
Go off!
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Wade, no, go Wade.
Oh, I was just going to... do we think Loki followed her to try to stop her, or do you think he followed her just to find out...
To make that movie?
And make a decision, or do you think he followed her because he's already decided, or in his mind, he's already making a run for it?
Yes.
I don't know. I never know what to think when Loki's on screen.
There were 3 options, Sarah. There were
the last one.
There. Okay, thank you.
And there's secret option number 4, where he's going to go make that movie that Wade really wants to see.
Here's the thing. Loki knows he's a piece of shit, right? He's come to terms in the first episode with the fact that he's a piece of shit. And he's had to accept that, and that's fine. However, now that he's learned that there is multiple versions of him run around, he needs to know that he's the dominant piece of shit out of all the Loki. So he's just compelled to try and play. He sees there's other Lokis running around. He just has to try and play the situation the same way that he's trying to play the TVA, really unsubtly. Like, hey, do you have any information on the creation of the TVA? Hey, anything on the beginning of time? End of time? Like,
that was funny.
I want those answers really bad too.
Put him in that situation where, like, where he's probably not going to find out the stuff because they're not going to tell him, but they still put him in that situation where he could find out, which is really bad timekeeping, if you will. But I think he's just compulsed to be he wants to be the dominant Loki. He wants to like take control of the plan.
That fits right into what Wade was saying.
Not only make it taboo, man, let's make a BDSM.
Oh
if
my
you can't whip yourself, who can you whip?
Sorry, Josh.
I was
sorry, Josh. I'm
so sorry, Josh. Hope you're not watching this with the kids. Okay.
Oh, he knows better than to do that.
I mean, anyone. Just
how many times has Wade whipped out his feet? Like, he knows better than to...
No! No. I really like the idea that the Lady Loki variant was hiding in the different apocalypses. I thought that was
was so smart.
Touch. Yeah.
That was so smart.
Really cool idea. Really cool idea. I do have one issue with Lady Loki, because we see in the beginning Lady Loki turns one of the TVA agents to help her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if Loki can do that, then why did he need the scepter in the
Maybe
Avengers?
She's the superior Loki, dude. Are you watching the show?
Yeah, I don't think they could all do that. I think
like,
that's what's
she
like.
can just do it. She doesn't need it.
It's just it does make sense if you delve into it, but they didn't delve into it that much, and it kind of just felt like a convenience.
Yet they didn't delve into it yet.
Yes, there's 4 hours of show left, Dean.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that everyone else had seen the other 4 hours, and that you all.
I have.
I
wrote the other 4 hours.
You were cursed with superior
I'm
knowledge.
in the other 4 hours.
I wrote the other 4 hours. Franklin Richards shows up a surprising amount of times.
Man,
Not
if
just
you
a
wrote the other 4 hours,
It's
kind
kinda
of
gonna be like-
hours.
Like
The other 4 hours
room.
are a Fantastic Four movie. We leave Loki on this cliffhanger.
You know how Denny in the room just kind of like shows up when Johnny and Lisa are about to like have sex? That's kind of what he does with Lady Loki and Loki. He's just like hops. No, okay, moving on. Poor taste.
He's like, oh, is this my dad's movie? No? All right, I'm going to go.
All right, I'm out.
out.
Bye.
My dad only made one movie, and that was on his honeymoon. I ain't watching it.
Does anyone have anything else?
Man, they did a lot of shit at the end there, huh? They fucking...
They really did. Do we like that she person was projected? What is happening?
Okay. So I'm not the only one, right? That I'm sure, Dean, you did the same thing, where she took off the hood and I yelled, "Is that Enchantress?"
No, you're the only one.
Look, I know she's supposed to, like, I know there's infinite versions. I would have liked her to have been a bit more Loki-like, because she not just had the black hair. She could have had Tom Hiddleston's same wig, like just for like on a visual level, to just kind of like make it.
It should have just been Tom Hiddleston in a wig.
It is too close to Enchantress for them not to be rolling that character.
So what's the
into
difference
whatever's
between
happening.
Enchantress and Lady Loki?
Enchantress is just another Thor character. It's a different character. I think they're combining. I think they were like, we're never gonna fucking use Enchantress in anything, so let's take her character and Lady Loki and kind of turn them into one. That was Enchantress's sister, I believe.
Diet Enchantress. Sure.
That was Diet. Yeah, thank you, Diet Enchantress. That was store brand Enchantress.
Yeah.
Magic.
Sorry, Sarah. Did you have something you wanted to say? Is this your show?
Yes.
If you want to say something, just feel free to say it. Don't let me cut you off.
Yeah, just talk, Sarah. Come on.
Wait, why am I getting attacked?
Dean, when we talk about Reed Richards being in
Is this what gaslighting's like?
Sarah, we're not gaslighting you. Come on, you're acting crazy.
Yeah, we're time bombing you.
How stupid could you be to think that's
Yeah, why would you think that we're gaslighting you, Sarah? Don't be so dumb. Come on.
Oh my gosh. I really don't know what else to say. So, is there anything that we didn't cover that, I mean, okay, now I know. the future, the end takes place in 2050, and we still have boring ass grocery stores.
Hey, that was a cool grocery store. They had like a hologram woman outside.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It looked like a Kmart.
Oh my god, that store
thing
with the hurricane and everything. Is
Yes.
anyone want Superstore?
No.
The show Superstore.
Yeah, I've seen some of it.
The same fucking building.
Is it the same set?
In that show, they have a hurricane.
I remember that episode.
Well, hey,
like they're taking shots straight out, the same way that they took shots straight out of fucking Umbrella Academy and everything else.
Dean,
yeah, for real.
Dean, if you want to go there, then I'm gonna trump you because Always Sunny in Philadelphia did the same fucking thing before whatever the fuck you just said.
Superstar.
So
yeah, there was a hurricane.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
And
who stole it from real life?
Yeah, so
the hurricane episode in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Then let me tell you something, Jay. It's not always fucking sunny in Philadelphia.
It is not. That was a Roxxon store too. Bringing Roxxon in is pretty cool.
Yeah, they're dropping the Roxxon stuff all over. Like Roxxon have got like their Rockstar and Roxanne and Roxing, like all these
everywhere. You don't have to put on.
That's my favorite episode of Community. You know the one I'm talking about?
I've never seen Community.
No, okay. Well, you guys should watch it. It's real good.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Superstore.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, you know what I want to talk about? It doesn't have to do with Loki. I'm just gonna take it off the rails. I've been watching a show for the past 3 years called Manifest, and it's now on Netflix, and they just fucking canceled it, and they left a huge cliffhanger. So I'm the only one that watches the show. I just need to get out there, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Why don't
everyone
you watch a show about it where you can actually talk about it?
Yeah, why don't we do
let's go.
Manifest podcast.
Manifest recap show coming soon. Be on the lookout for it. In the meantime, any last thoughts about Loki or any thoughts
at all? This was a short episode.
I don't know what I keep asking what y'all want to talk about.
Because I was trying to watch it for a second time and I still haven't fucking finished. So it can't be that short.
Yeah, for real.
Not a lot happened. It's a slow burn. I think it's probably the slowest burn we've gotten so far.
Yeah. I do have one thought.
It was still awesome.
It's a slow burn.
The score is awesome. I love like the music a lot of times reminds me of Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
I love the music in that movie.
Yeah, the score is so good.
The type, like the music is very like, you know, it's not like bombastic. It's, I don't want to say it's low key, but it is sometimes. The music is. But then when they come in with that hold it up for a hero, man. Maybe it was just because I've literally just heard it in the He-Man trailer like 2 days ago. But
yeah, it took me out of it.
It took me out a little bit, and it wasn't really appropriate for the scene. She's a brainwashed, like, slave, you know, of warfare, and we're just going to throw that. I don't know. That was a little bit weird.
It took me out of it.
To bring it
up. I love that.
Here's the point I was going to make. Now, Sean, this is more directed at you. Do you think this is intentional? Because I said this to somebody, and they thought I was overthinking this. So in this episode, we establish that because of the stuff that's going on, the multiverse is slowly being created, right? Mm-hmm. That's what this show is doing. Mm-hmm. What day did this show air on? The 16th of June. What is that date? That is 6/16.
Holy fuck, it is! Dude, there's no way. There's no way they planned that.
That has to be on purpose.
No, it can't be. Because the show was going to come out way long ago.
Really? Because this episode, they set up that the multiverse is happening, and it is on the 6/16.
But this episode, like, Falcon and Winter Soldier was supposed to start last August.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This was supposed to come out before. Doctor Strange is supposed to be out already.
This is it.
Okay, so for you guys that don't know, 6/16 is, and Wade's fucking gone. So, okay, so here's what I want to talk about.
No, what is 6/16?
6/16 is the Marvel timeline in the comics. It's the number for the main timeline.
It's the prime or the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
And this episode aired on 6/16.
But I feel like
Come
because
on.
but then it would have aired.
This one specifically?
Maybe they
Yeah,
rewrote it. I don't know,
was
but
the 16th of June. It's 6/16.
yeah, but then it would have aired because like Doctor Strange was supposed to come out last month.
And if you're in Australia, you ruined my theory, but fuck you.
Anyways, I do have something to bring up.
Yes.
Okay, so in the iCarly revival, I just saw a clip. I just saw a clip where Carly says "bitch" in it.
I know.
Right? Isn't that crazy? They let her grow up. Isn't that
And
wild?
Spencer says "damn it" at some point.
They're like drinking beers. I haven't gotten to watch it yet.
I don't have
but
Paramount
they
Plus.
do.
Give me your password.
Okay.
Disgusting.
But they like aged them up, and I'm surprised because there was that whole thing with
What do
Disney.
you mean
And like,
they aged them up? They're grown.
oh no, I mean
One
in
of them's
content.
not even back, right?
Yeah, no, Sam didn't come back. I mean content because like they just went through that whole Disney just went through that whole thing with Lizzie McGuire or whatever where they were gonna do a reboot, but then they were like, no, you can't be adults. So
Now we get
No.
How You Met Your Mother, or How I Met Your Mother, How I Met Your
Adults
Father.
do not drink beer, kids.
All right,
Drink-
I think we've officially. Wade, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Anything. Well, not anything. Never mind. Nope. Not doing it.
Dean's like, I'm working on that script for this movie that I really want to make.
Anything? Any last thoughts about Loki?
Did he write it on his fucking ceiling?
Okay, if we're creating the multiverse, you guys don't know. One of those multiverses could be the iCarly revival. I was still on topic.
It could also be
One of
where
those
there's a season 4 of
multiverses.
Manifest. We don't
Yeah.
know.
One of those multiverses, Chandra comes fucking back, and everything is good.
Or Mephisto was actually in WandaVision. We don't know. That could be real.
They
So
could
that's what's
provide that.
happening at the end, right? When she's dropping all the little things. That's what
She's
we.
creating the multiverse, yeah.
So,
All right.
all right, quickly to wrap this. My last thought on this is if Lady Loki's hiding out in apocalyptic timelines, does that mean that she's in Asgard in the movie Ragnarok? She's around somewhere while that movie is happening, right?
I would presume so.
So are we gonna? Because Loki says like, let's go there right now. Let's
Let's go.
do it.
That'd be cool.
But obviously they can't. You know,
Well-
Owen Wilson's like, sorry, Loki, we can't afford to take you to Ragnarok right now.
Yeah.
It's not in the budget.
He's
But
like,
maybe
I
they
asked
do,
Mr. Feige and he said no.
like maybe in like the fifth or the finale, maybe we go there. Like that would be cool because the way they're kind of being fast and loose with the timeline is that it inevitably has to cross over in that kind of way, and they kind of need to address it for me because otherwise,
You're out.
you know, it's just the elephant in the room. Like,
I know what
so
they're
I'm
gonna do.
hoping that's where we go.
Oh, go ahead.
I know
Sorry.
what they're gonna do. They're gonna do
Yeah.
what they did with Star Wars, where Star Wars they retroactively were like, "Hey, that old guy in Return of the Jedi, that's Rex." Like they'll just do that. They'll be like, "Hey, you see that lady with blonde hair in the background of Ragnarok? That's Lady Loki."
Yeah,
But
we're
also-
going to make Thor: The Dark World even better than you remember it, guys, because we're going to go back there.
Well,
I like Thor: The Dark World. I ain't gonna lie.
Sarah, shut up, please. Don't ever say that again.
I think it's better than the first Thor movie.
Second of all, you're crazy.
I
Holy
would never
fuck.
shush a woman on her own
mean?
fucking toes. John. That is
you
just
know,
too far.
sometimes you go too far, okay? And that was
Wow, I did not think that was gonna be a controversial take. Okay.
so.
You know what else? Iron Man 3 sucks. Iron Man 2 is actually really good. You all are dumb. And Thor Ragnarok still
End the
sucks.
show. End the show. I'm fucking done. I'm out of here.
Iron Man 2
So
is okay.
what I was gonna say, Iron Man 3 is good, actually. But what I was gonna say is that
No, it's garbage.
that
Complete
scene
garbage.
from the trailer with Black Widow and like the world being destroyed around her, like that makes more sense now. Now that we know that Loki is hiding in, and honestly, let's be real, that's probably Lady Loki, and the hair just hit her wrong. The lighting made her hair look red, and it's probably not even Black Widow. Remember, there's that shot in the trailer of Loki
think I
walking
watched
up
the
behind
trailers.
some. Oh, well,
So
everybody thought Black Widow
spoiler.
was in the trailer, and I think it's probably just just Lady Loki, but
Lady
the lighting.
Like the whole
was
movie
hitting
is
her
just
hair.
Loki, like it's actually just Tom Hiddleston in the Black Widow outfit the whole movie, and they've been fooling us with a fake trailer this whole time.
Yeah.
That would be
No,
amazing.
I'm talking about the trailer for Loki. In the
All
trailer for
that, yeah, but
Loki,
my
there's a
version's more
shot.
fun.
There's a
Do you
shot
think
in the
Loki
trailer
will
of
show
Loki.
up in the fourth Thor movie? This Loki.
I heard recently that he's not in it. I think Tom Hiddleston was on record doing promotion
could
for
lie.
the show. Well,
He is
yeah,
the god
obviously,
of
fucking
mischief.
Loki, Sean, come on. But but he said that he's not in it, and I think we're
believe
getting
him.
enough of Loki in this, and you know, I think maybe
I
it'd
think
be
he's
okay
in
if
Doctor
Loki's
Strange.
not in Thor. We already got the
I don't think we
Guardians
need
in
him
there.
in
We've
Thor.
got Christian Bale. We've got
Got the fucking
Valkyrie,
Guardians. Oh my god.
and we've got Valkyrie and Jane Foster. There's a lot in that movie.
Yeah.
I think we can survive a fourth Thor movie without Loki, and I don't know if Loki necessarily makes it out of this show. I think they've got to tie it up because it's too old of just Loki just keeps escaping and tricking and faking out. I think he somehow, I don't think he dies, but I think he vacates somewhere at the end of this and he goes off to his own little pocket. I think Owen Wilson is going to go off with his jet ski and Loki's going to go off. They're setting that up.
With Lady Loki.
Can
you see the internet for the next year if Loki elopes with Loki and the incest in Disney? That's going to be too much heat on the internet.
And
There's
Franklin,
no way Loki fucks himself.
Richard,
Franklin
will be there the whole time.
Yeah.
So there's no way Loki fucks himself willingly.
This show probably ends.
Absolutely, there is. Are you kidding?
This show probably ends with Mobius being like, "Okay, I'm gonna take you to meet the Time Masters," and they walk through the door, and Loki's like, "Where am I?" And he's on Thanos' ship, and or he's on the Asgardian ship from Infinity War, and Mobius is like, "All right, see you, dude," and backs out, and we just watch Thanos kill Loki again.
Oh man, what if at the end of this show Loki has to willingly go back to his original place in the timeline, knowing what is going to happen, which would then retroactively mean that the Loki we see in Infinity War, he knew that was going to happen when it happens, and he has to commit himself to that final end.
Can you imagine a super cut or like the last 10 minutes of the show or whatever is them going just using stock footage to replay the events, and it just with new inserts from Loki?
He's like he just winks at the camera when he's choking him out. He looks and is like.
All of these shows are actually just pre-production on the special editions that are going to come out in 20 years.
No, here's what happens.
One long movie, baby.
The ship explodes. We see Thor go flying off towards the Guardians. We linger on Loki's body, and then the door opens, and Mobius reaches through, grabs him, and pulls him through, and saves him after he supposedly died.
Saving him,
no, he is his neck. No, did you not hear that?
He's Loki. He's a god. He'll be fine.
Now that we're talking about this, they've got to tie it back round somehow. I don't think Mobius is going to save him, but I think that we definitely end with Loki going back.
I hope so. That's good.
Closing the loop.
If not, then the show's trash because it didn't end the way that I wanted it to end.
If Franklin Richards does not show up in this show, I'm going to be so fucking... They promised me. They promised me.
How dare they, Mark?
I hear them in my head promising me right now. They're telling me that Franklin Richards is going to be in the show.
All right.
My last thought is that I won't be here next week. I will miss you guys very much.
I probably won't be here next week either.
All right, next week, me and Dean will battle it out.
And special guest Franklin Richards is going to be in.
If he's here and I miss it, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be upset. And then I'm going to nuke the multiverse if that happens.
Well, until that happens, Sean, where can the people follow you?
If you look right there at Sean_AFK on Twitter. I do a lot of shit, and I post about it there.
I do a lot of shit too.
Wonderful. Jay Wade?
Y'all can find me on the Twitter at jwade1134, and I have my own channel, the JCast Network, at the JCast Network on Twitter and on YouTube as well. Please follow that. We got some good shit going on there.
And Dean?
Guys, there's a lot of problems going on in this world, but I'd like to address the biggest one in the world, and that is I'm at 170 Twitter followers. Get me to that 200. Come on, let's go. D Lewis 2099.
I'm gonna go and follow him real
Get
quick.
me up. Let's go.
What?
Follow me on Twitter, Jay. I've been asking you for months. Just follow me on Twitter.
I'm one away from 200. How the fuck did you get that close to 200?
I'm at 195. Give me 5 more followers.
Oh man, if I could get 30 before Sarah gets 5, then the patriarchy will be restored, ladies and gentlemen.
Patriarchy will be restored. That's it. That's the show, guys.
Next
Thursday, they'll be back. Sarah, what about you?
You can follow me on Twitter at this Twitter handle, SCBOC, SCABOCK. I'm also on the JCast Network doing a couple shows over there as well. And yeah, you can follow the show on the Merc with a Movie Blog feed on YouTube, where you're finding the show right now, and on Twitter it's at Movie Blog Merc, I think. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Come and check us out tomorrow night at the JCast Network doing Mad Batch. I'll be there this time. I
should be there.
Talk about last week's episode and how it was shit. We'll do it.
And yeah, that's what we call a tease, my friends. Until next time, I don't know. Bye. Why do you look so confused?